तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। जे उत्पत्ति स्थिति लय करे वेदो स्तुति उच्चरे जैनारोम सुछिद्र मा अणुसमा ब्रह्मांड कोटि फरे माया काड़ रवि शशि सुरगणो आज्ञान लोपेक्षण एवाक्षरधामना अधिपति श्री स्वामी नारायण। जनियमृतवाणी तो वही रही साक्षात महिमा रूपे जनी ब्राह्मी स्थिति अहोलिन करे सुभव्य अक्षर पदे शरणागत निज अल्प जीव सहुना श्रेयार्थ तत्पर रहे काका स्नेहल सिंधु दिव्य विभुने हय्यों तो वंदन करे। सजानंद स्वामी महाराज नी जय जय जय। आज के आनंद की जय जय जय। सदगुरुदेव की जय जय जय। गुरुहरि काकाजी महाराज, गुरुहरि पप्पाजी महाराज, बंधु बेलड़ी शताब्दी पर्व महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप हरि प्रसाद स्वामी महाराज नी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप जसभाई साहेब जी नी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप अक्षर विहारी स्वामी महाराज नी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप मुकुंद जीवन स्वामी गुरु जी महाराज नी जय जय जय। सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपों नी जय जय जय। So our Sahaj Bhai came with a very nice preparation. And he almost remembered things without looking, unless he was looking on the phone. But very good points, So one more thing that Sahaj Bhai has to finish his work is to assign somebody for next Friday. Was it Raj that you were touching him and telling him? Huh? They are on final. So, you think or you want to have Raj?
Raj, do you accept?
Raj has to accept. Raj, you have to prepare one Vachanamrut, beta, and come back with some PowerPoints or some other way, Huh? Saras, beta. Your mom will help you, and we are here to help you also. And obviously you have a lot of background now, So besides Raj, we want to have a backup, right? Who next for next Friday? Huh? Rachna Pen? Oh, Vishna. Oh, Krishna bhai. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear properly. Is that fine, Krishna? Okay. Maybe you and Raj can come out together also if you want to, And you do all the hard work and let him get the credits. It's okay, Raj? Or either way, both. Okay, good. Then you select your any favorite Vachnamrut, or if you need any help, we can also tell you. So that's good. So I think this Vachnamrut study and thing is going very nicely, and at his young age, what Raj was saying, not many of you at his age would know this much of Vachnamrut, I'm sure, right? Even I would not know that much. Yeah, I was reading Vachnamrut, but at that time, word pratyaksh was not as deep and important as he was talking. So there is progress, there is advancement. The other thing was that our Kiran Ben was giving all these programs, for tomorrow and Sunday. So tomorrow she was saying that it is a special day because Mahapuja will be done on Saturday rather than normal Sundays. And you normally do on Saturday also, right? Yeah. But there was one thing we wanted to add. I was going to ask her that who would be doing Mahapuja tomorrow. You didn't mention. Bhavik Bhai. Bhavik Bhai, did you hear? Okay, he raised his hand. Very good. Bhavik Bhai is doing Mahapuja at our Discipline Mandir every day. But we will be listening and, having him perform Mahapuja here in this mandir also. So, we want all of you come and participate and support our Bhavesh Bhai, Bhavik Bhai. So, tomorrow we would want to start Mahapuja at about 4:30. But we are telling everybody to come by 4. So if you have to blame on traffic jam or red lights or police, that is all included in that half an hour. But if you come early, that would be better. That would be good. So, just like we go to the airport 3 hours ahead of the time, right? How much we love our flights, right? We never want to be late at the airports. Because we know that if we go late, and if there is a big queue for security and other things, we cannot get the flight. I was listening today our Baphoi's son, Deva Bhai's story, that in March or so he was going Australia for a wedding. And he flew from Chicago to San Francisco. And from San Francisco he was going to go to Sydney. And somehow he missed the plane in San Francisco, a flight connection to Sydney, because the plane was late, It was United Airlines, unfortunately. So, I am flying in United all the time. So, he went there and he missed the flight. So then they told him to run to the another gate to catch another Sydney flight. He went there and he missed that one. Then they told him to go to the third one. And he went there, he missed the third one, Then they say that, they would find a flight next day. And he would be late to attend the marriage ceremony there, So he said that instead of that, give me, ticket back so I can go back to Chicago. And they were giving very hard time to him for that, Because he gave the final ticket, which was, he was coming back by 1 week or so. He showed that ticket from San Francisco to Chicago, and they say that this is not today, you cannot get. So and so. And then finally, there was a waiting list of 5 people. He was 5th one. 4 people were ahead of him. And then the plane had room for 4 people, and then he had 1 extra room for 5th people. So he was into that. So when he came back, then he went to the travel agent, that Brahmat, C.B. Brahmat, I think. And he says that, what about all my refund, that I did not go? So he says, CB says, you will not get, it's all, gone. So our Deva Bhai says, I will show you how much I believe in God, and I will get that refund. And then he drafted a very powerful letter, sent to United Airlines, and within 2 weeks or so, he got a check. And he showed that to that C.B. Brahmat, that, look, I got this money. But what I'm saying, how much we care to be on time at the plane, right? So if we give at least that much of priority to satsang, then I think the man upstairs will put us in his priority, right? So that is how we have to think, But our mind plays games, Our mind is very smart, Mind says, okay, Bhagwan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th number, Number 5. My priority is other things, Kakaji used to say, priority is my family or my job or my programs and things like that. And then if God is number 5 priority, then how can you expect things to happen? Yeah, it is very difficult, but Kakaji says it's very easy, just like this. You switch over and that will become one, right? But that is all from here and here, If we do that, then it would happen, Hariprasad Swamiji lived his life that way, Putting priority towards God and all the devotees, And we see today, Swamiji is, 85 plus years age, and still very healthy, and doing a lot of traveling. So today, on the birthday according to the Indian calendar, Swamiji's birthday is the month of Vaishak. So this is the month of Vaishak. The 10th day of the month is the birthday of Swamiji. So today is the Swamiji's birthday according to the Indian calendar. And we pray that he give us a lot of strength and a lot of inspiration to elevate from our crude nature. We want to elevate, but it's grabbing us so much that we cannot get out, we cannot change. But if the extra power comes, from such Gunatit saints, then we would have a new thought, we have a new strength, and we will be able to get out of our old bad habits, So, today we want to pray on Swamiji's birthday that like he has lived to please his master, Yogi Ji Maharaj, and Kakaji and Papaji. So, we can also serve that way and live that way. And I remember one incident, that Swamiji was in Baroda, and there was one devotee that Swamiji had kept promising that I'll come at your home for a Padramani, to come for Padramani. But Swamiji's schedule was so tight, that it did not happen for 3-4 years, So one day Swamiji was leaving from Baroda, his mandir, Haridham Mandir, to come to the train station to go to Bombay on Kakaji's function. And at the train station, that devotee also showed up for darshan. So Swamiji again smiled at him and he says, yes, I will come one day at your home. I don't know what happened, but that devotee got really unhappy and upset and saying, Swamiji, you are giving me promise for last 4 years. You are not going to come, So please don't say now. Swamiji says, no, I will come. I will come. Then that devotee put Swamiji into corner, Says, if you really want to come, then you come today. You come today at my home. Now his home was about half an hour, 45 minutes from the train station. And the train was supposed to come within an hour or so, So there is no way he can go and come back. So Swamiji says, that I'll come next time. He says, no, Swami, I don't believe, And then he got so upset saying that if you don't come today, then I will stop coming to your mandir, your temple. I will not come. People get upset and it brings up the more snowstorm, So that devotee started being hard with Swamiji, Swamiji did not want to make him unhappy, He has to go to Kakaji's function. Train is coming within an hour. All the saints and devotees are there. And Swamiji tells him that, okay, let's go. Let's go to your home. And he was very happy, he jumped and they came out and they took taxi and went to his home. Swamiji, made him happy, sat there for half an hour or so and then came back. So it was like 3 hours, time gap. And that devotee thought that train must be gone, Here Swamiji comes and train was late by 3 hours. And then train came and Swamiji went to Bombay. So Swamiji, for a small devotee also, could do such extraordinary thing, What if we have to catch the plane and somebody says, come my home? We will not do that. Right? But the lesson is, that we want to pray to Swamiji so that we can get the elevated understanding that God is all doer. If you decide something good for the others, then God has so much for you that you will never be a loser. There was one email I got today. I'm getting sidetracked to the Vachanamrut, but that's how it happens, right? There was one nice email today, that cup of tea, a email under the name of cup of tea. Cup of tea, a touching true story. A group of 15 soldiers led by a major were on their way to the post in Himalaya mountains where they would be deployed for next 3 months. In the mountain, Himalaya mountain, the army has to be there and the rotation is 3 months rotation. So whoever goes there, they have to stay for 3 months. The batch who would be relieved waited anxiously. There was a batch previously that they were waiting, so that they can go back. It was cold winter and intermittent snowfall made the treacherous climb more difficult. If someone could offer a cup of tea, They were all, 15 of them were dreaming, thinking, that if they would get a cup of tea, warm up themselves, would be very nice on the mountain. The major thought, knowing it was a futile wish. The leader, major, thought that, he knew that it was just no base to the tea, to get a warm, hot tea, They continued for an hour before they came across a dilapidated structure which looked like a tea shop but locked. It was late in the night. And it was late in the night. No tea, boys. Bad luck, said the major. His boss said that the store is locked, no tea. Bad luck. But he suggested all take some rest there as they have been walking for 3 hours. Sir, this is a tea shop and we can make tea. We will have to break the lock, suggested one soldier. There was one soldier, he suggested that this is a tea shop. We can break the shop, break the lock. We are army people, we have power. And we can make the tea ourselves. The officer was in great dilemma to the unethical suggestion, but the thought of a steaming cup of tea for the tired soldiers made him to give the permission. So he said, okay, go ahead and break. They were in luck. The place had everything needed to make tea and also packets of biscuits. The soldiers had tea and biscuits and were ready for the remaining journey. The major thought they had broken open lock and had a tea and biscuits without permission of the owner. They are not a band of thieves, but disciplined soldiers. He took out rupees 1,000 note from his wallet, placed it on the counter, pressed under sugar container so that the owner can see. The officer was now relieved of his guilt. At least he said, at least I'm doing some favor, He ordered to put the shutter down and proceed. 3 months passed. They continued to go gallantly in their works and were lucky not to lose anyone from the group in the intense insurgency situation. It was time for another team to replace them now. Soon they were on their way back and stopped at the same tea shop which was open and owner was present in the shop. So these people coming down, they came to the same shop where they have broken the lock and they saw the owner also there. The owner, an old man with meager resources, was very happy to greet 15 customers. That he thought that I have 15 customers now, I'll get income. All of them had tea and biscuits. They talked to the old man about his life and experience, especially selling tea at such a remote place. So those people did not say they broke the lock, but they just asked him, that how difficult it is and how are you managing and all that. The old man had many stories to tell. Replete with his faith in God. Oh Baba, in God, if God is there, why should he keep you in such a poverty? The soldiers argued. That if God is there, then why are you so poor and why are you suffering and having stall at such a height? The man said, "Do not say like that, Sahib. God actually is there. I got a proof." And he says, 3 months ago, I was going through very tough times because my only son had been severely beaten by terrorists who wanted some information from him which he did not have. I had closed my shop to take my son to hospital. Some medicines were to be purchased and I had no money. No one would give me loan for fear of the terrorists. Because if somebody gives the money, then terrorists will be on his back saying that, "Why did you give money to these people?" There was no hope, Sahib. And that day, Sahib, I prayed to God for help. And Sahib, God walked into my shop that day and broke the lock. When I returned to my shop, I found lock broken. I felt I was finished. If the lock was broken, then everything would be stolen from my shop, right? I felt I was finished. I lost whatever little I had. But then I saw that God had left rupees 1,000 under the sugar pot. Sweet money. I cannot tell you, Sahib, what that money was worth that day. He bought medicines and other things for his son. God exists, Sahib. He does. The faith in his eyes were unflinching. 15 pairs of eyes met the eyes of the officer and read the order in his eyes, clear and unambiguous. Those 15 soldiers were looking at their boss, that can we tell that our boss put that money? And the boss says, with his eyes, keep quiet. Don't say anything. The answer, keep quiet. The officer got up and paid the bill. Again, the major paid this bill. He hugged the old man and said, "Yes, Baba, I know God does exist." And yes, the tea was wonderful. The 15 pairs of eyes did not miss to notice the moisture build up in the eyes of their officer. He had tears in his eyes. So that this tea man thinks this officer is God, because God brought money according to him and he gave money, So he had tears in his eyes. So he says, tea was wonderful. The 15 pairs of eyes did not miss the notice. The moisture built up in the eyes of their officer. A rare sight. The truth is, and then I corrected a little bit, The original message had come, a little bit different. The truth is, God has many ways to take care. Sincere prayers are a must. And, that is how the story is. So, what we really need is a really firm faith in what we do. And that faith will move the mountain. The faith will do impossible possible. And here we are not just one. We are many together. And we have done many dhoons in the past together, and all this time any impossible task has even become possible. So we have proof, so we don't have to doubt on the power of dhoon. So the point is that we all want to understand what we are doing and how much strong capacity our satsang and dhoon has. So, based on today's Vachanamrut, it's 9:26, right? So, we can talk a little bit more on Vaishnava Gadda first 27. Anybody else? Before that, our Vimal Kumar's birthday today. And many others' birthday also. So, what I was thinking is maybe we can have some of the people come and say happy birthday and give some, good thoughts and pray to Swamiji for his birthday also maybe. That may be a good thing we can do. So, anybody wants to raise the hand and come or? કોઈ નહીં આવવું છે? શંકર અંકલ.